School Spirits, Milo Manheim reveals Simon may be the key to Wally's unfinished business in Season 3. After the Season 2 cliffhanger of Paramount Plus's School Spirits, fans were left with questions about Mr. Martin's, Josh Zuckerman, newly nefarious intentions, Simon's, Christian Ventura, situation in the Scar, and whether Wally, Milo Manheim, crossed over when his door appeared. As of today, the hit teen drama series has returned to the streamer with Season 3, Episodes 1 to 3, and the mystery of Split River High continues to deepen. In the episodes to come, Maddie, Peyton List, continues to explore her visions, while she and her friends, living and dead, must get to the bottom of the escalating mysteries and secrets surrounding the school, the deaths, and Mr. Martin. As she's struggling with the visions and protecting her loved ones, Simon is trapped in the afterlife and becoming increasingly more obsessed with uncovering those secrets. To celebrate the 3-episode premiere, Collider's Perry Nemiroff had the pleasure of moderating an in-depth Q&A conversation with List, Manheim, Ventura, Zuckerman, Nick Pugliese, Sarah Yarkin, Spencer McPherson, Kiara Picardo, Rainbow Waddell, Si Hang Ma, Miles Elliott, and Jennifer Tilly after a theatrical screening in LA. Check out the first half here. In this spoiler portion, Manheim reveals why Wally was never going to cross over. Zuckerman admits his character has more secrets than he anticipated, and McPherson teases Xavier's intentions with his newfound ability. The cast also highlights each other's best performances and the energy they bring to the set. Watch the Q&A in the video above, or you can read the transcript below. Perry Nemiroff, Milo, when you filmed that last scene in Season 2, was there any part of you that stopped and thought, he's gonna open the door and my run on the show is gonna be over? Milo Manheim, I was confident that Oliver Goldstick, Meg Trinrud, and Nate Trinrud were on the same page that I was on, which was, there's no way that's going to happen. Because I think back to a conversation we had in Season 1, I think in the finale, where it's right after Dawn crosses over, and I say something like, I would not want to just disappear. I would want to say goodbye. So, whether or not Wally feels like he was ready to walk through that door or not, this is something that hangs over his head for the whole season, but he wanted to say goodbye. Then he realizes we have a lot of unfinished business to deal with in the afterlife. He's going to have to learn how to not despise Simon moving forward, which is completely unfair, by the way, to feel that way. We both just love Maddie deeply, and I think that's ultimately what brings us together. I'll ask a quick follow-up question to tease what's to come in the rest of the season. Can you tease what Wally stands to gain from spending time with Simon after all of this? Manheim. I think throughout the past 2 seasons, Wally has done a lot of growing. It's almost as if he spent 40 years in the afterlife and didn't change one bit. And then Maddie comes, and like 3 weeks go by, and he's just this completely different person. But I do think that there are still just some little things that he has yet to completely fix. And I think Simon is actually the one who really helps him figure that out. I always think that the first season was Wally just wanting to help Maddie. The second season was him being like, okay, maybe I don't need to help her, and she's got this, and maybe that's the best thing I can do. And the third season is him being like, okay, let's go through our own journey. Let's try to help ourselves. Let's figure out what is missing. But I'm really excited for everybody to see Wally and Simon together because I think it's a great dynamic. Josh, I feel like Mr. Martin is this limitless mystery box, so it made me want to ask you this particular question. What's the biggest difference between who you thought he was and what you thought he was capable of in Season 1? And the person that he is in Season 3? Josh Zuckerman. Well, he's got a lot more secrets than I anticipated, and I think that his justifications are a lot more complicated than I ever would have imagined in Season 1. I thought we were just solving Maddie Near's murder, or her disappearance, but we're really uncovering something that goes way, way back, and has ramifications for every character in the show, and Mr. Martin's kind of at the epicenter of that. So, I didn't see that coming. Nick and Miles, I'm going to ask you both this question. We're finally going to dig into a very specific scene in this episode that I love. I always loved the Charlie and Yuri relationship in Season 2, but it's really leading to some beautiful material this time around. We get one particular scene in this episode where your rhythm together is absolute perfection. Is that something you can feel on set while working on the scene? Or does it come through in the edit? Nick Pugliese. That is not there on set. No. Miles Elliott. Yeah. We don't get along at all. No, come on. Pugliese. It's so fun and silly, and we're very comfortable with each other. So it's sort of anything that they write for us and throw at us, we're game to try. Elliot. We're often asking to change lines and add lines and improv things because Nick and I just have so much fun when we shoot these scenes. I hope it comes across. Manheim, you think? Sexy. Y'all are crazy out there. They're my favorite couple on the show, for real. I'm going to ask you one more question. It's one of my favorite questions to ask about a relationship in a show like this. For each of you, what would you say is the number one thing your character wants to give to a romantic partner? And what does he want most out of a relationship like that? Zuckerman. Be careful. Elliot. I've gotten in trouble for this already from Nick. I think Yuri stands to give a lot of security to his partner. I think he's a pretty confident person, and I think that in that, he gives his partners a sense of security and a sense of safety. Pugliese. Partners? Elliot. Okay, calm down. Just you. Think.
What does he get from you?
I think Yuri really struggles to show affection and be loving, and I think Charlie is really good at being loving and showing he loves him, maybe. I think he really pushes Yuri out of his comfort zone to show him he loves him too. Top that. Go ahead. Pugliese. I think those are great answers. Charlie needs security. He's very insecure. And this season, we sort of see him still struggle with that even within the relationship. And what does Charlie give? Elliot, just so many things. Pugliese. He gives Yuri more insecurities. No, I feel like Charlie always shows up as everybody's best friend, and I think that's no different within an intimate relationship. He wants to be there as much as he can and as fully. Spencer, you're next. At the end of this episode, we see Xavier see another ghost and have an interaction with him. Can you tease how he feels about that, how he feels about this responsibility? Is it something where he's eager to help those he can, or is there any part of him where it's like, I never wanted this? Spencer Macpherson. Yeah, I think it's really cool that out of all people, he's the one that's been given this ability, because he started out in a place where he was kind of a selfish, lost sort of individual in the first season. He seems to have embraced this turn after this near-death experience, and now he's somewhat selfless. I think he's found purpose in this ability, and he's going to use it to help his friends, to help Maddie, and hopefully to help Simon. Peyton, the time has come. I want to ask you about working with Maria Dizia. Elliot. Give it up for Maria Dizia. I am always here to put a spotlight on how good she is. Can you tell us a little bit about finding this new version of their mother-daughter relationship in Season 3 with her? He enlist. Yeah, I love working with Maria Dizia. She's so talented. Just working across from her, like Christian said, she brings me to tears just with how subtle and beautiful all of her performances are. Nick, you always say that when Maria walks on set, it's like we see Meryl Streep for us on School Spirits. Pugliese. We all freak out. List. We're like, oh my god, she's here. She's back. But yeah, she's amazing. She's in New York starting rehearsals on a play right now. That's why she could be here. So, everyone, go see her in it if you find yourself in New York. Manheim. And Jess. Gabor. Jess is also in a play in New York right now. And Peyton's about to be in Heathers. The musical in New York as well. Alright, I'm going to dare to ask this whole group a question. Clearly, I love forcing stars to give their costers flowers, so I want you to do that right now. For each of you, is there any particular thing you saw another School Spirit star do on the Season 3 set that might make you stop and tell one of their fans? You think you know how good they are, but just wait until you see what they do in Season 3 of the show? Pugliese. I thought you meant, like, their energy on set. I'll take energy. Pugliese. Well, immediately, I was thinking Milo has this thing sometimes. Shooting can be very hard. You're shooting long hours. Sometimes you're against the brain and whatever it is, and you can be very tired, and sometimes Milo is very good at feeling energy. If it starts to dip, he'll just be like, we're making a TV show right before a take, and it just reminds all of us what we're doing. It's so great to just immediately snap you back into being grateful and excited and just wanting to play. Zuckerman. I think it's worth emphasizing that this cast is so supportive of each other and so respectful of everyone. I can remember that scene we had, to your point, Nick, about how we don't have time and we've got 8 people in the scene and we've got to cover everyone. We have 1 camera and everybody needs coverage. So this person does their coverage and then we move the camera over here and this person. And there was one scene this past season where that was the situation. After everybody's coverage, there was a unanimous, woo, great job. You killed that. All right, let's move on. But everybody was really in each other's corner and trying to get the best out of everyone and giving everyone kudos. And I think that really comes across in ways that we're probably not even aware of, that kind of support and respect. Tilly, I just want to say that the girl who played my daughter, Erica Swayze, she plays Livia, the new girl, and she was so wonderful. She walked a very fine line between being kind of a snarky, mean girl and then also being very vulnerable. We had a particular scene where I could hardly act because I was so busy watching her act. I was like, look at her. Look at this beautiful creature giving this wonderful performance. And I just really enjoyed working with her. She's not here, but she's wonderful. Chiara Pichardo. I want to give flowers to Christian because this season, although we didn't really have him in our group because he went to the other side, a lot of us didn't really get to see, but he did so much physicality and a lot of stunts in this season. I just want to say kudos to that because it wasn't just mentally tired, it was just really exhaustion on the body because he did so much. So, kudos to you. Manheim. I want to piggyback off that because I also want to give you your flowers as well. We spend a lot of time together this season. And also, I'll admit it, we're pretty different actors in the way we approach this thing, you know what I mean? And I feel like I learned so much from you about when was the time to prioritize this moment or whatever. Also, playing with you as well. We do some really fun, adventurous stuff later. It just felt like everything that I've wanted to do on a set with somebody where it's a lot of just us. So, just going back and forth and figuring that out with you. And then also, I do want to say, sidebar, Si Hang's moment in episode 3 is also incredible. A Hang Mei. Okay, you guys are hyping it up too much. Everyone's going to expect too much. Manheim. No, I was so moved there. I was in the back of the shot and I was like, pantomime's crying. I was so moved. But I really enjoyed working with you, Christian. Christian Ventura. Okay, my turn. Jennifer Tilly is magical. Here's my angle. Here's why she's magical. So on a film set, it's usually groggy. There's usually this big cloud and it's sweaty. And it's boring because it's just a bunch of people scribbling cerebrally trying to figure something out, and it's very bland. And usually, what happens as the actor is around the second or third take, you surrender to that blandness. But when I was watching her go, she is able to work outside of the parameters of the room, which is the only real way to achieve any kind of transformative performance, not even just transformative in character, but to be able to act in that location. Again, I don't know if anyone has even PA'd a set, but the set is dry, and then she puts water in. So, I'm so impressed by how you don't get beaten down by the room. Tilly, oh my gosh, you're so sweet. Thank you. But, you know, I'm exhilarated to be on the set around all these incredibly talented actors. Like, I get really high off of it, so I never get bored. Actually, all the energy that all these wonderful actors are bringing to the scenes feeds me. Yeah, I'm tripping balls when I'm on that set. Leafs, Manheim. We're making a show, you guys. Macpherson. I also really want to shout out Ari Dalbert, who is another new addition this season, and is fantastic. I can't spoil anything with him other than the tease, but he really turns in something that's amazing to watch, and I can't wait for you guys to see that. M.A. I'm going to give my flowers to Sarah because we do so many scenes together. I mean, for obvious reasons. Sarah Yarkin. That we can't talk about. May. Yes, you'll find out. Yarkin or not. A-May. Sarah is so smart and funny and such a great actor, and she's so experienced. So to get to work with Sarah every single day has been incredible for me. I feel like Sarah can act circles around me. She knows exactly where the camera is, what it's seeing, and she just tells me where to go. I just follow Sarah around on the set, honestly. No, it really does feel like that. Outside of filming, off camera, Sarah is such a strong presence for all of us. She'll speak up for some things that need to be spoken up for when other people are too afraid to. She's really helped me grow as an actor in terms of, like, know yourself and speak up for yourself when it's time to, and advocate for yourself. And that's something that's been hard for me, and I've learned so much from you this season. Yarkin. Elliot. I also want to shout out Peyton List, real quick. Nick said this before, and we've talked about it, but Peyton has taught me so much about how to be a number one on a call sheet. It's such a big responsibility. You really are in charge of the energy you're bringing in. You're sort of a role model for everybody else. And I don't think I've ever heard Peyton be like, I'm tired. She locks in. She comes to set every day. Last season, she played 2 characters, and it wasn't any different this season. She's just the best. So, anytime we're on set with Peyton, it's sort of like, okay, the leader's here. It's awesome. She's the best. List. That's so nice. Thank you. I love you guys so much. It's so much fun. I've missed you all so much. I wanted to give flowers to Megan and Nate Trinrud, our showrunners, because this season specifically was so difficult because they lost their father, who was a big inspiration for the show, and they just remained so tireless, and they worked so hard to go mourn and then be there for their family and come back. I just am so inspired by them, and how much work they put into the season. Yarkin. Miles said the exact thing I was going to say, and I'm not mad. Elliot. It's okay, Yarkin. No, it was literally verbatim. Elliot. So give me my flowers. You can just give them to me. Yarkin. That guy's great. I'm splitting my flowers to that guy and Peyton List. Blown away by you every day, is what he said. But it's a huge responsibility, and you just handle it with such ease. It's amazing. Rainbow Weedell. It is so amazing working with you guys. Honestly, I've learned so much from all of you. I work mostly with Spencer, Kiara, and Christian in Season 1, Peyton in Season 3, and I've learned so much. Spencer, you really do love this craft, and it's so amazing how you come to set, and you're so prepared. And that really inspires me. Kiara, you're so funny. Your physical comedy is hilarious. I cannot wait for you guys to see episode 3. You kill it. Pichardo. Thank you. Tilly. Not Kiara. Kiara hasn't said anything. Pichardo. I said Christian. And everyone. I want to congratulate everyone. I have a flower for everyone. You all did great. Elliot. This is great. We should just keep doing this all the time. Manheim. I know. It's unfair because we could really go off about everybody. Honestly, if we had more time, my follow-up question would be for everybody to shout out someone behind the scenes because I love talking to all of you. But every single name you see in show credits, every single one of those people is vital to making a show like this happen. So just a general round of applause to the School Spirits crew as well. New episodes of School Spirits Season 3 release every Wednesday, only on Paramount+.